We are living in the weakest generation of men in human history. Men who once built empires now spend hours scrolling on phones. Men who once defended kingdoms now argue on the internet. Men who once stood tall with discipline and honor now slouch with addictions and excuses. Society has become soft, and weakness has been normalized. But not every man is built to stay weak. Some men are born to rise above the herd. Some men reject mediocrity. Some men refuse to kneel to weakness. Those men embody the alpha mindset. And this mindset isn't about arrogance. It's not about chasing women. It's not about pretending to be tough. The alpha mindset is about becoming a man of discipline, purpose, focus, and power. It's about conquering yourself first and then building a life of strength in a society that wants you soft. This is the alpha mindset in a weak society. The weakness of modern men. Let's be honest, modern men are falling apart. They waste endless hours on social media comparing themselves instead of building themselves. They chase women who don't respect them while ignoring their own mission. They drown in junk food, pornography, and cheap entertainment while their bodies and minds rot away. They complain about life being unfair but never pick themselves up to fight back. Society tells men it's okay to be passive, dependent, and fragile. But weakness never built civilizations. Weakness never defended nations. Weakness never inspired respect. Only strength, discipline, and masculinity did. And that's what the alpha mindset demands. The 4 pillars of the alpha mindset. Discipline. Discipline is the foundation of all greatness. The Spartans trained from the age of 7. They learned to fight, endure pain, and survive with little. By the time they were men, they weren't just warriors, they were legends. Kobe Bryant, the Black Mamba. While other players slept, he was in the gym at 4 a.m., perfecting his shot. That's why when the game was on the line, he performed like no one else. Jocko Willink, Navy SEAL commander, wakes up before dawn every single day. His motto is simple: discipline equals freedom, because only discipline gives you control of your destiny. Weak men wait for motivation. Alpha men rely on discipline. Focus. Focus is the ability to lock in on your mission and block out distractions. Alexander the Great, by the age of 30, had conquered the known world. Why? Because his focus was unshakable. Expansion was his vision, and nothing pulled him off track. In Japan, the samurai lived with a code, Bushido. Their focus wasn't on chasing pleasures. It was on honor, duty, and mastery of their sword. Their lives were an example of purpose-driven focus. In today's world, look at Elon Musk. While most waste time online, Musk is focused on building rockets, cars, and entire industries. Focus built Tesla. Focus built SpaceX. Most men chase women, games, and distractions. The alpha chases his mission, and when he builds himself, women respect and wealth chase him. Resilience. Resilience is your ability to take pain and turn it into power. The Spartans at the Battle of Thermopylae, 300 men stood against thousands. They knew they would die, but they chose courage over comfort. Their resilience echoed through history. Nelson Mandela spent 27 years in prison. He came out not bitter, but stronger. That resilience led him to lead a nation. Muhammad Ali, banned from boxing during his prime, didn't quit. He returned and became champion again. Every great man was tested. The weak broke. The alpha grew stronger. Dominance. Dominance isn't about controlling others. It's about controlling yourself and commanding respect. A lion doesn't need to announce he's the king of the jungle. His presence, his confidence, his power, they speak for him. An alpha doesn't beg for respect. He earns it through his actions, his standards, his leadership. When he walks into a room, his body language, his discipline, his aura, they command attention. Dominance is not loud. Dominance is undeniable. How to build the alpha mindset daily. Train your body. A weak body leads to a weak mind. Hit the gym, run, fight. Push yourself daily. Control your habits. Cut out the poison, pornography, endless scrolling, junk food, video game addictions. Replace them with building skills, reading, and improving yourself. Master emotions. Don't let anger, lust, or fear control you. The man who masters his emotions masters his future. Purpose over pleasure. Build your empire before chasing women. The alpha knows his mission comes first. Choose your circle wisely. Cut weak men out. Surround yourself with warriors, hustlers, and visionaries. Stories and examples to drive it home. The Spartans at Thermopylae. 300 warriors against an army of thousands. They didn't flinch. They showed the world what resilience, discipline, and honor look like. The samurai. Masters of their craft, living by discipline, honor, and focus. They remind us that a man with purpose is dangerous. Roman gladiators trained daily, fought for survival, lived with discipline because weakness meant death. Modern warriors, from Navy SEALs to UFC fighters, from entrepreneurs to athletes, the men at the top are not always the most talented. They are the most disciplined, the most focused, the most resilient. Real-life scenarios. When your alarm rings at 5 a.m., the weak man snoozes. The alpha rises. When rejection hits, the weak man collapses. The alpha adapts, grows, and comes back stronger. When comfort calls, the weak man gives in. The alpha remembers his mission and pushes forward. Every decision you make either builds your alpha mindset or weakens it. Society doesn't want strong men, because strong men can't be controlled. That's why you must build yourself into the man society fears. Be the leader, not the follower. Be the creator, not the consumer. Be the warrior, not the victim. Weakness has been normalized, but strength will always be respected. And in a weak society, the alpha is rare, and rarity is power. If this message lit a fire inside you, then you're not like the rest. You're built for more. Subscribe to the channel, smash the like button, and drop your thoughts in the comments. This is not just a video. This is a movement. And if you're ready to rise above weakness, welcome to the brotherhood.